Hey guys, this is our round, I believe, 4 battle, as we are up against Blades Yami. So, I'm gonna be doing a slight team builder and battle again, so we'll just go over his team real quick. So, Yami, Blades, I think this is quarterfinals or top 8, so um, making it this far is already really impressive on our end, so yeah. So, but we need like to get through like two more opponents, like three more opponents, including Yami, just to be able to like win the championship. So yeah. So looking at his team, he has sort of a standard Saiyan team, if you ask me, for a draft. So he has Steelium Z and Ghostium Z. So just as sort of a note, there's not that these guys can just these are his most notable Z move users, but like they're not captains, but rather just that's just to know, take note. So yeah, we have Excadrill with of course taking use of Sand Rush, with having Earthquake, Rock Slide, Iron Head. Probably will be Iron Head with the Cilium Z. Hit Latias really hard, Sword Stance, and also Rapid Spin. So yeah, I do think Excadrill might just have Z Iron Head. So yeah, you gotta be watch out for that. Mimikyu can also have Sword Stance plus Shadow Sneak. Shadow, Shadow Sneak. Play rough, and I think it could also run Drain Punch, yeah. So, very interesting Pokemon in general. Like, I don't know what. It could either be Life Orb with the Z move, but either play rough. Oh, no, he can't run the, I think Fairy MZ play rough, or the Mimikyu MZ, so, which is a stronger play rough, so yeah. It's really interesting, yeah, that, he doesn't really have like a sort of like it's pretty. I mean, I do view Mimikyu a little bit one-dimensional, aside being like like a red card variant, a Wisp variant with Trick Room. But again, I don't see anyone Pokemon abusing Trick Room aside maybe a Rackmanhead. But yeah, and this isn't doubles, so yeah. So I don't really like, but still, like Mimikyu is still a great offensive threat. So yeah. Then we have Gigalith, which of course provides the sand, with has Stealth Rocks. I think he has to run. He's kind of forced to run Earthquake this game, so maybe like some like Rock Blast and maybe Toxic. Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be a set. So yeah, item could be a Papa Berry. Could be, since Gigalith doesn't really have any recovery outside of like cleric support from Licky Licky. So um or like having a berry. So yeah, or lefties in general. So then we have Licky Licky, which I think he could run Oblivious, Wish support, Witch Heal Bell, since I think that's pretty much the reason why we drafted Licky Licky in the first place. He could also run Force Sense Explosion if he wants to, just to be like a surprise set and just catch me off guard. So yeah. So. Then we see Alakazam, which is probably one of the bigger threats in this team. Probably like the top 2 or 3 aside like Excadrill. Um, I do think that Alakazam's gonna make an appearance. He'll just, I think he just has to like run like I think he literally just has to run something like this, this, and have it modest. I think that's pretty much all he has to do. Like that's the thing with Alakazam, he can just run modest nature. So have a psychic move of his choice, whether Side Shock, Sidekick, Dazzle. I think he could run Recover, Encore, and of course Trace is really annoying. So yeah. Of course he could have like Magic Guard as his initial ability as Alakazam. So yeah. Breloom is really annoying this game. Could be run in a variety of ways, like whether it be like the Poison Heal, Tank Set, Technician, of course. I think everyone knows that. With Technician, Sword Dance, Mach Punch, Bullet Punch, and whatnot. So, uh, so, but of course we all know that this thing has Spore. So yeah. It also has Stood Spore, I think. So that could be a problem if it tries to do any of that stuff. So, then we have Arachnid, which is of course his web setter with sticky web. He could also be like some kind of weird soak variant. Let's take a fire. That would be funny. Soak, toxic, could pretty much be annoying, but again, Sticky Web, Spider Web, and then obviously Liquidation. So I can see this happening. So not this. I don't know why Showdown always recommends me that. So I think he also has Miracle as well. So I gotta be very careful about his coverage options. So yeah. Yeah. So I'm not so sure whether Raccoonin will run like a 50% berry or leftovers. I've seen him run leftovers, but and with webs. So yeah. I think he might take advantage of using webs this game. So yeah. Then we have Articuno, which is kind of scary. Not gonna lie for my team. So he has access to like some options like Blizzard, not Blizzard, but Haze in general. Has access to U-turn, stab Ice Beam. It's very defensive in general. If I don't get up rocks, it's gonna be really annoying to deal with. So yeah, he does. It is technically one of his few, like his other remover for defog. So I'm not so sure if he's gonna bring this guy. Because I don't really see like Articuno doing much this game, aside being that like being the defensive support he needs, or Yami needs. So yeah, I do see Electro being like potentially brought, but like again, I'm not really so sure what he can do. It has 150 attack, or not 50 attack, but speed. That would be funny. But discharge, foul play, magic coat, really. Electro Ball if he tries to run a lot of speed against my Mon, so yeah. I don't really think like he's gonna bring Electro, so if I were a betting man, he'd probably bring a Raccoonin, Drill, Mimikyu, Gigalith, Alakazam. That's pretty much guaranteed. Those 5 right there. Then it's gonna be between. I think he'll probably bring the Breloom. So yeah. So anyways, here's my team. So then we have a Wish support Latias, which no Calm Mind because I felt like Calm Mind Latias is kind of obvious, and that Wish support is really nice to cover up some of my Pokemon here and there. So yeah. So like having a Psyshock, Surf, just really nice coverage in general. So yeah, I could have ran like Wish plus Calm Mind, but then of course I don't have immediate recovery. So this is sort of similar to how Clefable is used in OU now, or one of its sets with like Soft Oil Wish. This is like sort of similar. With Latias, so yeah. Except it may have a little bit of HP passing, but yeah, it works. So yeah. Then we have Volt Switch Heat Wave Latias with Light Clay Reflect. Very nice. Pretty much nice Pokemon to bring. Just pivot around his team, get a Light Clay Reflect. I think I do have enough speed to outpace Breloom, I guess. Which is really annoying with the my squad in general. I like the fact that I'm able to get pivot switches to some of my own Pokemon as well. So yeah. Heat Wave just to hit Excadrill, so I could just Volt out against the Gigalith and just predict whether he's gonna switch out. So yeah, that's really nice. Like, I don't have to make like a hard prediction of switching out. So yeah, Blood Switch it just does it for me. So yeah, I don't think he has like aside Drill. I don't think he really wants to switch in. Like I think I could pretty much Volt Switch for free around his team. So yeah. Then we have a Alolan Muck or Repo, mono attacking Dark. Yeah, it's really annoying for. You won't be able to break Breloom, but this is pretty much my main counter to the Alakazam, which is really nice against me. But as long as I have this guy, I think we should be fine. Yes, Alakazam has access to a knockoff and Encore, but it's not enjoy being weakened by like. I think he might just like think, oh, I'm just regular Curse. But then I'll just reveal Pursuit, and it'll be like, oh. Yeah, so getting rid of Alakazam will be nice, like, for my team, so yeah. Then we have Metal Bunny, or the Magirna, who is pretty much leading skills. We have a Papa Berry. We have, I would believe, Timid, Shift Gear, which, Iron Head, which is kind of funny. I really didn't want to bring this, but to be honest, like, a friend of mine who I was building with at the time, like, told me that Iron Head does more, and actually Oka's Mimikyu compared to like Flash Cannon. I do have the flinch factor, so that's pretty much like why like I was pretty much convinced to bring that over Flash Cannon. It also helps hit like other Pokemon. It's like boost up in a sense. And once I get boosted my special attack, that's when I just get going with Dazzling Beam and Aura Sphere. So yeah, I just hit everything else on the team really hard. So yeah, I do have Chestnut here, Reed, which is Leech Seed, Wood Hammer substitute. Like it's Subseed variant with Spikes. Now Spikes is against this guy is really annoying. Like it's gonna be very annoying for him. Like so, like even Drill is not gonna be one to switch into like potential Leech Seeds, Wood Hammer, like Spikes. I think he's gonna. I don't think Chestnut can, like or not Chestnut, but Excadrill wants to switch into that type of stuff. I think that's why I'm saying like Articuno could be brought this game with Defog, but Leech Seed is really nice just to like be able to potentially wear him down while I get some recovery. Like I don't really see him like being able to break this thing if it like another like cool like set or notice like our is that I think I believe Arachnid's liquidation doesn't break sub even with Splash Plate, which is hilarious. Having spikes up will be very nice to get like ensure other kills with like spikes plus rocks. So yeah, like getting like 25 or even like 37% or like 25% like onto his team could be very nice. Just to ensure some Molkos. Like I don't have to like work for my kills in a sense. I just have to like weaken him enough, and then Magirna, Muck, or even Empoleon can come in and just attempt to do something. So speaking of which, I do have a very fun set here. I have Stealth Rock, Swords Dance, Aqua Jet, and Drill Pick. So you're probably wondering, like, which, like, probably wondering, why am I not bringing Defog? That's because, well, this guy. Because Empoleon is Spider-Man. Or a Spider Penguin, I don't even know what you want to call it, so yeah. So yeah, if I get the +6, this thing could possibly sweep his team. No lie. So, I could have put more defense EVs, but I think, like, fluffing the potential, like, what do you call it? Fluffing the potential item or upset on this guy is really nice. And if I do get the like stick, like here's the thing though, like I don't really, my team doesn't really like, yes it doesn't appreciate sticky webs, but yeah, but as you like for Magirna and Chestnut, because Chestnut will get out undersped by Arachnid in a way if he's max speed, but Empoleon here doesn't give like a damn. Like I just get up immediate +2, and I get another, I go into +4. And if I have another turn to set up, I get the +6, which at that point, like, if I have rocks that spikes up everywhere, this thing could potentially sweep his team. So, I do have Drill Poacher to hit the, I would say the either the Breloom, the Articuno, and I think Articuno drops to Drill Peck as well. And I don't think Articuno could pressure slow me. So with combination of with the high power points of Drill Peck's 32. At 32 and Aqua Jet at like 32 as well, so it's like I do have a high enough power points so that Articuno doesn't even like stall me out in a sense. So yeah, if he brings like the sub stall variant of some sort, so yeah, he could freeze me, but and also hits Arachnid. So so yeah, that's my team. So we'll get into the battle in a bit. So all right, so we're back. So far, this matchup, like, I noticed some things here and there, like, I do believe, he doesn't bring the potential, like, Breloom. I don't think he brings Breloom at all, so that's really nice for me. Um, he does bring, like, the other 5 Pokemon I mentioned, Alakazam, Arachnid, Mimkyu, or the Gigalith, and Excadrill. So his Sand plus Sticky Web, and I don't know what core Mimikyu and Zam makes, but in a way, this team does look hyper offensive. So hopefully we were able to like bypass this. So yeah, In terms of lead, I felt like, you know, leading Zapdos was probably like my best choice. Like, Empoleon could lead, but I think he could also bring out the he could also bring out, like, let's say Electrode. So yeah, but so here goes Electrode, and I go for my Stormbreaker or Zapdos here. Here I figured it might be a good time to set up Reflect. So Toxic missing first turn is really annoying for him, but as you'll see, it's not really like, well, yeah, it'll even Vital Chip damage versus Zapdos, but you'll see why it won't matter as much. So here goes to Muck, as of course Muck is immune to this, so goes to Volt Switch. He's revealed to be Life Orb, and I do go for knockoff, reveal the leftover. So here I thought, okay, maybe he has the quote, what's that one move, like Bug Bite Araquanid, because I've seen Bug Bite Araquanid like for like in VGC just to like remove berries, so I don't want to play around with this. So I go into Mars, and he, of course, well, it doesn't really matter here because like I'm part steel, so yeah, I'm able to go into Empoleon, and we're both gonna set up our hazards, and it's gonna be really nice. Here he goes into Electrode here, and I actually just he makes a really good play in my opinion. Like, probably expecting Scald, or, but I do go for Sword Stance here, so yeah. Honestly, I'll be oh, this is where I have to stop. Like, yes, like I think that was probably premature of me just to set up Sword Stance, as I pretty much felt like, you know what, I probably should have swapped out hindsight, but I felt like I don't know what he can do versus my Empoleon, and I thought he was gonna put me back into berry range. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just go for Aqua Jet, see what he has. Thankfully he doesn't have static, but he has Volt Switch. It's gonna do a lot to me, so goes back to Araquanid, pretty much as a sack, maybe. I go for another Sword Stance boost, as he goes for Leech Life, as he's able to recover off some damage. I think he did that just because I think he wanted to stall me out of like potential. He could just knock me out with Liquidation. So yeah, I'm not so sure if Liquidation would knock me out. If it does, I think it may or may not have been a roll. So I probably should have just stayed in and just set up again and just calced, see if I could just go for like +4 Aqua Jets from here, because that could have actually been like a really good thing, because with the Papa Berry activated, I probably would have had like a very healthy Empoleon, a somewhat, well, not unhealthy, like okay-ish health on Empoleon to where I could just sweep with it. So yeah, so I did get rid of a Araquanid here. It doesn't matter. So here he goes to the Mimikyu, as here this is gonna come down. This is gonna be a very interesting turn, as I'll tell you why. He gets taken damage here, so I go for the Aqua Jet to remove the disguise, and of course, in case he attacks me. Here he goes for Sword Stance. This is actually a roll whether he actually knocked me out, since I think he was Jolly Mimikyu, but I don't know. But so, oh, I'm saying that because you'll see what happens later. So, apparently, he goes for Shadow Sneak. He's able to knock out my Empoleon. So, yeah. All right. So I got interrupted. So I'll try to keep quiet. So, I went to Muck because I felt that like I could be able to take a hit from Mimikyu if he was Jolly, instead of like I believe the Adamant. So I was hoping he was not like Adamant, because like there he definitely OHKOs me, and of course I can't go into Latias just yet. So because I can't really like revenge kill it, like, but. And I can't go into Zapdos at all because Z move plus C Shadow Claws, I presume this might have plus +2 attack is just gonna claim kill. So yeah. So here it pretty much banked on the fact that like it's a roll in his favor to pretty much kill me. I think it's like a 56% chance, but then when you factor in the miss, it's kind of evened out, I guess. But we'll see. here he misses play rough, which is very unfortunate on his end, and I am able to get a knockoff, which at this point actually, like, even though it might be like, oh, like that miss like sucks for him, yes, but like but for me, I'm able to get the vital chip damage to where like I'm able to revenge kill the Mimikyu against the against with my own Latias. Yes, I'll be able to take. He's pretty much forced to go for Shadow Sneak at that point. So yeah. So at this point, I'm pretty much have to let Muck go down, but he actually misses again, that's really unfortunate. So and I actually don't knock him out here, so he actually knocks me out finally with play rough. So yeah. Then I go into Latias, and I'm able to go into like Psyshock. So Mimikyu does have, I think this damage roll here just kind of confirms that he was Jolly, because it would have done a lot more if he wasn't. So if he was adamant. So like factoring in the fact that like with my pull down investment and Lux investment, I had like a good chance to hit Mimikyu for not Mimikyu, yeah, for something to where like Latias can like revenge kill it. Yeah, it was in his favor to knock him out in both situations, but if he didn't, like, then Latias like is able to revenge kill it. So yeah, that's what happens when you don't do your EV spreads, guys. Like, you just have to rely on stacking stuff. So yeah. So then I think he goes into Electrode. So yeah. This is kind of a weird situation because I think he might just have something for me. I'm trying to think what he has, so I'm just gonna Roost. He goes for Signal Beam, does knock me out, and he goes for Life. He has Life Orb, so he's gonna take Recoil. Goes for Toxic, which is a very safe play on his end. And I do knock him out here because I thought he was actually just gonna go for Toxic anyway. So yeah. Then he goes into Gigalith, this is where things get interesting. So he sets up Sand. So yes, I do lose out my Aqua Jetmon, which would have been nice versus Zam and the Excadrill, but I do have Chestnut still, and not lost here. So as long as he doesn't go for Toxic on this turn, like, I'm fine. So here I go with Chestnut, as he actually goes for Rocks here, which actually helps me out in his favor. So here I decide, you know what, I might as well just go for the sub. Hope that he doesn't have, like, let's say Hidden Power Flying or something like that. Then he goes for Toxic, he misses. And, well, then again, he doesn't miss, just sub. So pretty much a free turn for me. So yeah. Now here I have two choices here. I could either go for Leaf Seed or go for the Wood Hammer. However, there's still an Alakazam in the field, and I feel like he's in the back, and it's like one of the few times I actually do make a prediction. And I do want to go for Wood Hammer here because I want to get rid of Gigalith, because it's kind of annoying for Zapdos, annoying for some mons. And if I do get rid of the Sand, then it's going to help me out tremendously for the rest of the game. So yeah. And also, Excadrill's going to get outsped by like Latias. So here I decide I'm going to go for Wood Hammer. He actually goes into Alakazam, and that's pretty much a better I couldn't ask for a better turn, because now I have all this damage onto Alakazam, and of course Magikarp's gonna save him, but he can't really Mega Evolve now because he's kind of forced to I think he probably swapped there because the reasoning was because he's losing Sand turns and he needs to outspeed. He needs Drill and Sand to win. So yeah. Like, the only thing I'll say is that like with the substitute up, like, we were able to guarantee that that you can't hit Oko with back with anything. So Yeah, I mean I am reducing my HP, but you'll see, like I do have a Papa Berry, so yeah. So Excadrill comes in. I think at this point it's he had to kind of reveal whether he was life or no aerial ace right here. Otherwise, he had a chance, but just goes for rock slide, flinches. I presume. So, but I go for wood hammer, and I'm able to get a huge chunk on the Excadrill. So at this point, the game's pretty much over. As I'm just like, you know what, like even if he's gonna try to wear like he's gonna wear himself down. So I could have just went for leech seed here, but at this point, it's just like, yeah, I could have possibly went for leech seed. Like, and I probably would have won at that. I probably would have won at that point, but I just wanted to get free switch. So yeah, but yeah, I think I probably should have just went for lead seed because that would have just won me the game even further. Because now we know it's set. It's like subtoxic. No, not subtoxic. It's protect toxic rocks and I believe like earthquake or something like that. Yeah, I should see. So I don't know why you run earthquake and not rocks. Like or rock blast or something like that. That's like, as you could see, that Gigalith had kind of like almost kind of cost him towards the end. So yeah. So um, so yeah, that's gonna be our battle. So overall, I do think we played very well. But like again, it's like it comes down to like I think it really came down to the Mimikyu turn. Um, because if I had gotten like any sort of chip damage onto him, I think he had a better chance to win if he knocked out both Muck and Empoleon at the same time. But again, like if you look at the damage rules, Mimikyu is jolly because of my Ladia spread, and like the fact is that like he needs to be adamant in order to knock me out. Like both of them out clearly. But if he wasn't, so Empoleon and Muck had a chance to live. Yes, it wasn't the roll was in his favor, but if one of them would lived, I would have gotten huge damage off. Especially if Empoleon lived, then I got like Aya Papa Berry up, and I pretty much almost swept his team with Empoleon. So yeah, um, so and that would have probably just put the game in my favor. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna have for today. So our next round opponent, I think, is Gatsum. So hopefully we do win that one. So alright, so I'll be ending the video. So see you guys.